Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's keep exploring the Paleolithic expressions and continue focus on body parts. Last time we are talking about 齿. Today we're going to talk about 牙. Actually, in Chinese contemporary expressions, we often pair 牙 and 齿and 牙 in front of 齿 together, made 牙齿. That's our kind of generic term for our teeth in general. And I don't often think like what's the difference between, because we may have 牙科 or 齿科. They're the same thing. And for Chinese users, like what's the difference? It turned out that 牙 is more, if you look at the 2000 years ago's dictionary, it's more like a profile, almost like an X-ray uh, capturing of your teeth from the side view. So this horizontal line is the nose tip, and that gives you the position of where your teeth are. So it's your gum and teeth expressed in that way. And contemporary Chinese is simply, I guess, an easier way to write it, but it lost the shape of the functionality of the teeth, of which basically you have to have the upper and the lower teeth kind of matching, so that you can bite, you can cut things, right? But over here, the bottom teeth became a diagonal line. That doesn't make sense anymore. It turned out this ya is more about molar teeth, the teeth in the back where you grind things into smaller pieces. It's essential for our digestion. And the teeth, 齿 is more in relatively general versus 牙 is probably more specific in terms of its location. But in any case, see in this example, 伶牙俐齿, we pair them together. And in this expression, we actually don't differentiate what's the difference between the two. We are using teeth, regardless as a molar teeth or teeth in general, to describe somebody who is very articulate, who is assertively articulate, meaning it's hard to debate with them. They're sharp-tongued and quick-witted, and it's hard to convince them or, debate and win the debate with them. So that's 伶牙俐齿, and I have a episode talking about this expression before, and if you're interested, you can see the link toward the end. And then 犬牙交错. Okay, we're talking about the dog teeth. I guess in ancient times, language users observe or notice it's pretty obvious that human teeth and dog teeth are distinctively different. And we use dog teeth or canine teeth, the expression of how the upper and the lower of dog teeth 交错 in Chinese means they crisscross with each other and they're not really aligned. It doesn't look like the dogs have their orthodontists to straighten their teeth, so to speak. But humans, especially in America, orthodontist is a great business, and many people kind of like socially pressured to do that alignment. But we didn't. I mean, for many of us, we don't come into the world have our teeth perfectly aligned, and I would imagine for dogs, it's especially so. And for function-wise, probably you don't want them to be perfectly aligned, right? You want to have that crisscross, and so that you can bite down sinewy stuff. But probably because the current dining culture of humans, we don't we don't really chew that much, or we have bite-sized stuff to feed us. So basically, the teeth function to have sharp, crisscross, misaligned type of teeth that meat processing is probably more targeting some carnivore diet is no longer needed. And so 犬牙交错 as a contrast to human teeth to give you that visual, because dog is also one commonly seen domestic animal. So it's easy to refer to something we all know about, and dog teeth have that distinctive feature when they are misaligned and crisscross, and then you have the sense of this is not something easily to be separated or analyzed. In fact, 犬牙交错 describe either a landscape that's up and down, like complicated typography, or a situation, something happened, and it's multifactorial. It's hard to analyze which, like hard to cut something in half, hard to distinguish. And so Chinese use 全牙交错 to describe complicated situations you can not easily analyze and sort out. Okay, that's 全牙交错。以牙还牙, the last expression. Okay, we didn't say 以牙还齿, we actually say 以牙还牙, the exact same thing. If you lost your molar teeth, actually, even if I translate with teeth, return teeth. I don't know why I'm using a plural term there, but actually, is in Chinese we don't have sense of is it singular or multiple? We don't have a sense of that. So ya for us just a generic term for tooth, or in this case, it's for molar teeth. So with molar, return molar. So it's according to the dictionary, I think it's a better translation with that is a tooth for tooth. So 牙还牙, we also have a 眼还眼, an eye for eye. So it basically talks about if there are some feud, some loss or bodily injury of one person inflicted on another person, and that person is entitled to revenge in an equal amount, and that's 以牙还牙. And in English, is we have the expression tit for tat. So it's giving you the sense, but you notice in English we use tit and tat, the two almost identical, but it's I and A in the two words. And we make sure it's not exactly the same thing, because I think English have this principle of not using the exact same word in the same expression. That's duplicates, that's repetition, is grammatically and culturally discouraged. But in Chinese, we have no such problem. So 以牙还牙. And here is 犬牙交错, just to show you visually of how the dog teeth differ and how sharp that is, how misaligned and hard to analyze, hard to straighten probably. I don't know if orthodontists would have a good time aligning that teeth. All right, so there you go. Yeah, thank you for your time. See you another day.